Flight SA975 is repaired.
World Cup. If you watched last week's vlog, you'll have seen we were in Mablethorpe. The plan was to kind of continue on that east coast. If you noticed, it said to be continued, but we've come to Manchester Airport for a specific reason, because I promised my granddad I'd film it. I used to go all the time as a kid watching planes with my granddad. We'd go up to Leeds Bradford Airport on a nice warm summer's day. We'd sit and have a picnic, a nice flask of coffee, tea, whatever, cakes, biscuits. It was just great, lots of childhood nostalgic memories. But one plane in particular, which is why we're at Manchester Airport, meant so much to me as a kid. My granddad lived for planes, he absolutely loves planes. And so we'd come, like, you know, on a nice warm summer's day usually, and we'd just sit and we'd watch the aeroplanes. But one special memory in particular, above all others, is Concorde. Now, if you remember Concorde, as I've said, you used to be able to hear the thing before you saw it. Like, it used to rumble under your feet. And we'd go up to Leeds Bradford Airport when it was due to take off or land, and it'd come roaring over, like the engines, the noise. I remember my grandma and my granddad covering my ears because it was that loud. And the memories, the nostalgic memories of seeing that plane. And we've actually found it. That's why we're here. We've actually found it. It's in a hangar behind a cafe at Manchester Airport. I've promised my granddad that I will get some photographs, if I can, of me on Concorde, the plane that he's loved all his life. I will take a photo, hopefully in the cockpit or on the plane, because he's just loved that plane for literally all his life. So, but it just reminds you, doesn't it, that if you can go back and just, like, if I could go back and just spend that one last moment watching Concorde, those memories are so vivid in my mind. And now it's just a memory. It's just a memory in a hangar to be kind of looked at. And so, yeah, make the most of those opportunities. Like, well, you can, you know. You never know what's going to become just a memory, just a nostalgic moment, a special memory in your heart. So we are going to go on Concorde, like I promised my granddad that I would do. But first, we're just going to have a little wander around here. We're going to watch the planes. It's great. It's a great day out, is this? You know, if you're stuck for something to do, if you've got kids or grandkids, you know, an airport on a picnic, even in winter time, it can be a right barrel of laughs. It can be great fun. There's one here. Look. Do you want to go on it?
I'm dying to get on it. I can't
She's
wait.
off on her holidays. Look.
I've never been in a cockpit. I wonder if we get to go in cockpit.
Don't fall. Look, she's brought heels. Heels to go on to come to airport. Oh no, you're joking. That's a bit gutting, isn't it?
You can see it. Look at all them dials. How do they know what
cool,
to do with
isn't it?
all them?
I'm not quite sure what kind of aeroplane this is. What is it? Does it tell you?
Yeah, it's got some. It's an important thing by the looks of it. Oh, so this aeroplane shown in this photograph is uniquely both the first and the last of the BAE 146 RJF series of aircraft. It's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is a bit. Let's call it Bill.
I made an old man. I said, tell me your story.
So Emma didn't know she was going to come to her money airport, so she's got heels on.
Oh, it's a cafe and it'll be all like tarmacs and stuff like that because kids come. And I always wear flat boots. I never ever wear heels because I just can't walk in them. But it hurts my legs and stuff. But I got these and I thought, oh, they're really like a small little heel. I get dressed up, you know, I'm going on Concorde, I get dressed up. And now I'm trudging through mud.
She always dresses for the occasion, don't you, Em?
Ronnie will be laughing his head off at me.
I know he will. He'll be sat there giggling.
and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know.
So my grandma and granddad actually went on this, and I remember them having all the photographs. They did like a really short journey, you didn't go far, but it was like a massive big deal when I was a kid to have actually gone on this, and they had like a full photo album, proper Concorde photo album all dedicated to it. It's always been like a real mystery to me as this plane. I'm so excited to be here, but I just can't believe, like, it's really long, the windows are really little, but it's a lot smaller than I expected it to be height-wise. It looks really tiny, like, oh, it's amazing.
And I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind.
Tiny windows, aren't they?
Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers, and you'll find what you've got. I met a young man, searching for glory. I took out an old pen.
That was just incredible to kind of go on a childhood memory like that. When I used to see it roar across the sky, sat next to Grandad, like, could only imagine that I'd go on it. Like, wow, that was just absolutely insane to go on that, and to just, yeah, be on the thing that I remember so fondly. And I guess the message of this whole video really is to really cherish those moments, like cherish those moments that you've got. Don't leave things because you don't know when they're gonna just become a memory, you know. That's one of the most treasured memories I have. But this whole video hasn't really been about an aeroplane. This is where I used to come as a kid. I come for a very, very specific reason. The old farmer's field, we used to call it. And you can see the planes landing from here. Man, I haven't been here for years and years and years. But this is where, I'll show you where we used to sit. And we used to watch Concorde and other planes come in. Yeah, the old farmer's field. When Concorde came in, the farmer used to open his field and everybody used to park in there. I remember everybody sat on top of all cars, and it's freezing today. It's a cold, blustery February day. But back when we used to come, it would be, the sun used to be burning. This is it. And you can see the airport runway over there in the distance. This was literally my granddad's favourite place. I remember looking out at a pair of binoculars. It's I'm glad I've come back here actually. It's kind of one of those where I'm glad I've come back, but under these circumstances I guess it's a bit sad too. I hope you've taken something away from today's message really, like this vlog. I hope you've kind of listened to the kind of hidden meaning, if you like, of kind of what it's really been about, and I hope that you spend time with your loved ones and yeah, treasure every single moment you've got. before it becomes just a memory, you know, of a long ago summer's day like this one. I can remember stood here, my granddad's got his hands over my ears because it was so loud, and just watching the plane kind of go over. It was just absolutely just incredible. The moment were amazing. It felt like you could kind of reach out and touch the plane, you know. But the memories and the nostalgia here, and if I could go back just one more time to that moment, and they're the precious moments in life, aren't they? They're the moments that are special, the moments that you remember for the rest of your life, the moments that will never ever leave your heart, you know. And as I say, like, I've come back for a specific reason today, and it's just a beautiful day. Even though it's cold, like, the memories are just absolutely incredible. Got one last thing to do.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers, and you'll find what you've got.
Is Romany Pirates his biggest fan? Is my granddad. Absolutely love Romany Pirates. Grandad, this one was for you.
Searching for glory. I took out an old pen and wrote in my story. Then I kept walking on down the road. When your time is up, it's time to go. I pray he reads what's on the note and takes to heart what I wrote.
Debonair man with a tale or two to tell, you'd sit and tell a story, and man, did you tell it well. With a smile you'd sit and tell it, with a joke and dry wit, a sentence spun over 30 minutes, but I promise we enjoyed every bit. Sit down, you'd say, and the tale would begin. Grandma would bring the cuppa, and always the biscuit tin. If I close my eyes now, I can hear Concorde roar, like it was yesterday, up at Leeds Bradford Airport, on a warm summer's afternoon in May. On the car bonnets we would sit, with a flask and sandwiches and cake, wait for the sound of the engines, see these memories not even death can take. You'd have a blue day and a brown day for the suits you always wore, socks and tie to match too. See, it's these things that made you Grandad, and God, are we gonna miss you. A summer's day is what you loved, so much so you'd lay out and burn. Grandma would tell you off and say, he'll never learn. She was right too, 'cause the next day you'd have another turn. Have you been abroad recently, Ronnie? They would say. No, you were just laid in the garden at Auntie Margaret's on a hot summer's day. A man of pure class and wisdom, an inspiration to all. Always head held high, always standing tall. The elderly you helped, 20 years younger than you, shopping and cutting their lawn, always doing something you were, up at the crack of dawn. A cigar and a whiskey on an evening, just the one though, mind. A more gentleman like you, I don't think we'll ever find. I'll always remember my Grandad, the memories I'll forever hold in my heart. When I look up on a summer's day and see a plane in the sky, we will never be apart. I will tell people tales like you told us, a story, a cuppa, a biscuit, and this, that, and the other.